What is going on there, YouTube? Welcome back to another comic book video. This is the channel where we sit down and cover different comic book stories from different comic book companies. This time, we are going to continue our coverage over DC Dark Knights of Steel. And we are going to pick up with the second issue of this amazing series that is written by Tom Taylor, where we have the heroes being reimagined in the medieval time. In the last video, we learned that Batman is the brother of Superman in this universe, but he only learned this after finding out who his biological father is and watching his biological father die. And so with that being said, we're going to jump into the second chapter of this story. So if you do like today's comic book video, please hit that like button down below and also subscribe to the channel for more content to come in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below. But I do hope you enjoy today's video. Okay, so getting back into DC Dark Knight of Steel, man, this book is amazing. We pick up with the after effect to what had happened to Jor-El. Remember that Green Arrow, of course, is Oliver Queen, was working with the Green Man, who is the Green Lantern, to kill Jor-El because the ring of the Green Lantern told him to do it. Also, at the end of the last book, we learned that Bruce Wayne in this universe is the son of Jor-El and Martha Wayne. So Bruce Wayne is half Kryptonian, also meaning that he is the half-brother to Clark Kent, aka Superman. Except after learning about what he truly is and seeing the death of his biological father, well, he released a powerful scream that can be heard by the whole kingdom of El, and releases a powerful heat vision blast, which then leads to Queen Laura and Clark Kent finding the body of their husband and father dead on the ground with an arrow in his eye. Now remember, Batman is sworn to protect the house of El. So with someone attacking the king and killing them, he has to get to work and stop the person who did it, which is Oliver Queen. Now, these next few panels could be showing off Bruce Wayne Kryptonian speed or his skills as a fighter, as he is able to save Alfred from being stabbed by an arrow and also attacking Oliver Queen. We see Bruce Wayne cutting off the arm of Oliver Queen. Then he tells Alfred that they are going to take him in for questioning to figure out if he works for the Kingdom of Storms, which we actually switch over to the Kingdom of Storms. Remember, this is being ruled by this universe version of Black Lightning, but we also see the Green Lantern of this universe going to this kingdom to tell Constantine that the mission has been completed. Now, Constantine can go talk to the King of the Storm. We then pick up with Black Lightning, who is hanging out with his children, first being Anissa, who can cause seismic waves, Jennifer, who has lighting powers, and for this universe, his son Jacob, who has the powers to create rain. You then have Constantine come and tell Black Lightning about the fact that they were able to kill Jor-El, except Constantine is worried about a war coming out of this. Black Lightning tells Constantine that it was his prophecy that started this, which is true. We saw Constantine telling Black Lightning a prophecy that could come true about gods dying, arrows being used to kill gods, and a bunch of other things. Either way, for Constantine, he says how his predictions are never perfect. Also, this is the moment we learn why Black Lightning is doing this, because anyone who shows signs of magic has been disappearing, which is painting a certain kind of picture for the House of El. Speaking of House of El, well, you have them all wondering, What is the next move after the death of Jor-El? Also, this is the moment we learn that Amanda Waller of this universe is the general for the House of El. So we are adding in everyone we can into this universe. Also, we are seeing that tension is rising between characters. Because of Batman, Alfred, and even Queen Laura, they don't want to go to war. But for Superman and Amanda Waller, they want to go to war, and it seems war is coming very soon for the two kingdoms. Now, with this second chapter of this series, you know they have to introduce Wonder Woman at this point. So we jump to Amazon Island, where we see Lois Lane arriving at the island, being some kind of informant, and telling Hippolyta that Jor-El is dead, which is huge. Except there is one other person she has to tell about the news. And this is the surprising moment, and this person is going to cause the war to most definitely begin between both sides. You would think that it would be Wonder Woman, since at first that is who we see when Lois Lane is giving the news about the death of Jor-El. That is when we learn that Superman has a sister in this universe, and her name is Zala. This is how Zala finds out about the death of her father. Honestly, it surprised me how none of the other elves talked about her. They didn't even bother the fact that she was out there. But of course, she leaves to go back home to see her brother, except we learn that Wonder Woman and Zala are actually a couple. But either way, she left to deal with the loss of her father. She knows that the Kingdom of Storms had a hand in this. This gives us the chance to see Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent going down into the dungeon where they are holding Oliver Queen at. Of course, Bruce still thinks that Clark should stay away from Oliver because anger might get the best of him. Clark doesn't listen. But that is when we get to see that some of the rumors are true about people who may show off having magic powers have been disappearing, and they have been locked up. So people like the Flash, Blue Devil, King Shark, Aquaman, and Detective Chimp, they all have been locked up in the dungeon of the House of El. But this leads into the moment you have Superman try to talk to Oliver Queen, but first threaten him by saying how easy it is to kill him. Except Oliver Queen doesn't care. He tells Superman to kill him, that he is not sorry for what he did because to him, the House of El are all monsters and they deserve to die. They are ruining this world, and tells Superman to go ahead and kill him. But Superman wants to show that the House of El are not killers. Now, to close on this chapter of this crazy series, we pick up with Jefferson again, of course, who is known as Black Lightning. He felt a powerful seismic wave. He thought it was his daughter Anissa, only for him to find out it is Zala, the daughter of Jor-El and the sister to Superman, where she is holding the son of Black Lightning in her hands, Jacob, of course, which I said this was going to be the person that caused the downfall to continue that will lead to the war to happen between the two kingdoms. Zala lets Jacob fall to his death, of course, makes his father, the Black Lightning, angry, and he tries to attack Zala. For her, it barely does anything, and she flies off, except now, both sides had a huge death in their family to deal with, to lead us into Dark Knights of Steel #3, and trust me, I'm gonna cover that book as soon as I can. But this is where we are going to end today's video. So please hit the like button down below and also subscribe to the channel for more content to come in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read? Well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoy today's video.